Hey everybody, welcome back to Northernlion Plays The Binding of Isaac. You know what? Last run, I wanted to play as Isaac. I've been looking forward to using the D6. Why don't we actually just ignore random? Or I could just say, oh, I hit the random button and look at that. We ended up playing as Isaac. But no, I have too much respect for myself to lie to you, and too much respect for you than to be the liar that you call out publicly. In any case, oh my god, okay. This happens occasionally. First floor envy is occasionally kind of annoying to fight. But he does give us, the potential to get an attack fly. If we are lucky enough to get a blue spawning little miniature envy head, we're probably going to have a higher chance of that happening. At least that may or may not be a myth. But that has had the kind of fiction, if it is a fiction, that I've been functioning under the pretense of for quite some time now. By the way, you know, there's probably been some people, if that is indeed a falsehood, they've been posting in the comments. They've been saying, like, hey, the blue attack fly thing, or the blue envy head with the attack fly, the synergy isn't there. That's not actually how it works. It's actually based on random chance. Your confirmation bias is showing. That's okay. You know, I understand that. Sometimes people are like, oh, Northernlion, we've been telling you these things in the comments for like 10 videos and you still don't understand. That's because, I'm going to tell you a little secret, I only read the civil and constructive comments because a lot of people are getting real angry about things that I think they need to keep in perspective. They say, oh, Northernlion never remembers that the doctors are, sorry, not the doctors are remote, but the teleportation device, which I'm just now realizing is probably totally a reference to Spelunky, the kind of blue remote teleporting you. I never actually thought about that before, but that makes a lot of sense. I did start playing Isaac before I started playing Spelunky, so that explains why I didn't figure that out at the start. But they're like, oh, he never remembers that. You have like the attention span of a goldfish, or the short-term memory of a goldfish, and I'm like, man, that's pretty offensive that you would just say something like that to someone you don't even know and supposedly respect on the internet. I have an attention span of at least 4 or 5 goldfish bundled together in some kind of like proto-biological hive mind or something like that. Also, I don't read that many of the comments because you guys keep telling me my memory span is like that of a goldfish. That's offensive. I don't want to wake up, pour a cup of coffee, and then read that my attention span or my memory is similar to that of an animal on the perhaps lower end of the animal kingdom. Not to insult goldfish or anything like that. It's just the kind of way you don't want to start your day. Prefer to surround myself with complete circle jerk where you'd be like, oh, Northernlion's so good. I'll be like, thanks for being honest. Comments. Hopefully you understood that that was 50% satire. In any case, we are going to head down to the next floor. And a second Curse of Darkness is really annoying, having had one on the first floor as well. Makes it pretty difficult to plan for our use of the D6, but even more annoying than that is the fact that we sadly have no keys, which means the D6 might not be valuable except in the context of a deal with the devil as well as our boss room. Again, just to clarify the whole comment thing, I don't actually like read the comments and like cry my eyes out, but what I do is I look at it and I'm like saying, like, who are the assholes that like get themselves riled up over the way that the Binding of Isaac actually goes, especially on a run where I actually end up winning. They're, oh, Northernlion, you could have won with 1.3% more certainty. You know, okay, cool. Just relax, guys. Get bent out of shape about real problems in the world. Government shutdown. Bipartisanism, I have no idea. Unipartisanism, I don't know what partisan is. I don't want no partisan of that. I'm just saying. It's silly to me, but also it can be infuriating at times. But I'm going to try to keep that out of the content here and focus instead on the mechanics of the Binding of Isaac and hopefully piecing together a successful run here, if at all possible. Thinking about what to do with Pageant Boy. I'm going to reroll it because we might not get another chance to reroll on this floor because we lack keys. And, you know, what's the point of having a bunch of money without any keys? Hopefully we'll pick up some more keys later. The range upgrade, you know, at this point, would I have rather had the coin, sorry, not the coin purse, the Pageant Boy or the heals? I certainly would have probably rather gone with Pageant Boy, simply because there is some money back here. I do have a bomb necessary to access it. Could still turn out to be the right decision, though. Keep in mind, we could have gotten some HP or tears upgrades. We actually did find the second secret room here. I'm going to hope that that is the seed that contains an eternal heart, and if so, I'll be able to stack up a decent amount of HP after leaving this floor. Oh, we did get a key as well, and that's excellent. I probably should have saved that for later, but this way I don't waste a bomb, and hopefully I can just keep it alive. We are only on the basement part 2, which should be relatively easy for me. It does unfortunately mean that it's not going to be possible for me to go into this boss trap room, because even if there is a blood bank, the blood bank would take my eternal heart, so it's unlikely that I would invest in that. You're probably just going to get an HP upgrade from it regardless, so be it. That's okay. With our 1 key, we may be able to get to the item room and get a reroll, but it's kind of up in the air. I can't remember if there's a room left that we have not yet gone to. We've been up, right? Oh, that sucks. So I guess we're just going to walk through to the exit here. We won't be able to reroll whatever is in our item room, which is super unfortunate. But, hey, it's the miter, so we wouldn't have rerolled it anyway. For sure, this is one of the better items in the game. Depending on the context, of course. But in our current situation, especially thinking that we might build towards permanent Polaroid invincibility, the miter is an awesome get for us. So we haven't really, you know, lit the world on fire by way of our D6 rerolls so far, or the RNG items that just naturally spawn. But 5 health is pretty nice. I got very lucky to find that secret room by accident, and even luckier, well, I guess equally lucky, literally, that it contained the Eternal Heart, which actually was, I guess, lucky again that I was actually able to survive and take it down to the next floor. And here we are in a pretty good position. Still with 0 keys, Catacombs XL. You know, pretty key-rich floor from the perspective of you want to be rich in keys. Hopefully it is rich in keys as well, and actually helps me out when it comes to opening things up, because if I can't get into the item rooms quickly, then what's the point of having the D6, right? I just have to kind of take everything as it comes. But we'll make ourselves towards these, make our way towards these terminals ASAP, and hopefully there we will find item rooms, because I can't necessarily afford the shop yet, and assuming we do find those, we'll be able to plan our rerolls accordingly. Extra spirit hearts, always cool. We are making our way down the vertebrae of this level layout so far, and I'm expecting that one of these branches is going to contain exactly what I'm looking for, but hopefully that happens sooner rather than later. This is kind of a weird linchpin in some ways. Like, this run, our run is dependent on this floor, and this floor can really change how our run actually goes down as well. Because we're on the Catacombs, it's the substantially harder version of the second wave of floors, and we don't really have that much in the way of, you know, game-winning items, or potentially game-winning items at this point. So we really need to survive until we get something good from an item room, or until we get something good from a boss room. But if we get those quickly, then things could really turn around and we could steamroll the rest of the game. If things go really poorly on this floor, we're going to have a seriously uphill battle as we make our way towards the Depths and Necropolis. But we'll see. Depths and or Necropolis, I guess. Because either of those could show up. We are going to get a lot of consumables, as well as another spirit heart there. That was among the best. Oh, we found the second secret, or the original secret room by accident there again, which is amazingly good luck. And the High Priestess card, valuable as well. I'm not sure necessarily when we're going to use it, but I'll take it, and we'll see if we get some more money in here. I actually missed a cent the first time I came through here, but yeah, this is going to be a floor that is seriously going to have a major impact, and oftentimes when you have a floor like this, this difficult, this early, this is going to be where it's the formative years of your Isaac run, if you will. You'll see if you have the potential to actually survive and thrive, or if you are just going to fall by the wayside. Now, I will probably, if I had to guess, end up trading a bomb for a key. The question is whether or not our shops and item rooms are coming soon, or, you know, I'd welcome our boss rooms as well. We could quite easily kill a boss nearly instantly by way of High Priestess. There's another key for us, so there's no point really to trading right now. It would just be, there might be. I guess we'd have 2 bombs, 4 keys, but we don't necessarily need that just yet. But what I'm getting at is we need to find some rooms quickly, otherwise our D6 order is going to be all jacked up. So I'm hoping that we can... Oh, the chest has already been kind of accessible here, and we'll take a pill as a result of that. Let's just take it straight away. Bombs are key. So that did nothing. I'm kind of glad that... That's like the ideal kind of permutation to get for a bombs are key, is like, it affects nothing. I guess the ideal would actually be if you needed keys and you had like 99 bombs, but the second best case is like, oh, we know what that pill does, we gained information, and it didn't cost us anything. That's okay, I'll take that. Bombs are key pills can occasionally be useful. In our current state, they're obviously more or less irrelevant, but eventually they might be able to solve some problems for us. We will check out our shop, and located within our shop, we do find Mom's Purse, which is an item I would love to have, but I can't afford it. But I do not want to reroll it, because trinkets can actually have a very measurably important impact on a run moving forwards. Of course, you have to find a situation where you have a good trinket. But if you do get something like cancer, for example, or a flat penny, or any kind of penny, bloody penny, counterfeit penny, maybe a little bit less so, because you can carry that until you get the Polaroid as well, and then it kind of loses its effectiveness after that. But, you know, there's a variety of great trinkets, and if you manage to be able to hold on to those in addition to the Polaroid, then your life is going to be easier as time goes on. Oh, well, there you go. We just got cancer right there, so I guess what I was about to say is irrelevant. So, we have a lot of floor left to get some rerolls. Obviously, we're not fighting any We can't with certainty say that we're fighting a static boss here. Like, we are not going to be fighting against Pestilence necessarily, although it could totally show up. That was an extremely easy boss fight, and there's the crate, which I'm not going to reroll yet. I want to save it just in case we have a deal with the devil. Okay, we totally do have a static boss fight. We are going to be going up against the pony here, and this is where I'm a little bit concerned. I believe that the way that this mechanic works, when you're on an XL floor, your rerolls change whatever you're rerolling to be in line with the theme of the second boss. So, for example, if we fought Pestilence, we could reroll that first boss room, but it would just turn up with a cube of meat. I think this is me trying to learn, so work with me here. But I also think that the way the pony works is if we pick up the pony, put it back down, and reroll it, then I should be able to get a new item, and that is information I believe that was taught to me by Namastack, N-A-M-A-Z-T-A-K. This is actually a good time for some promotion, because he actually just did a video with BizSnap, one of BizSnap's head-to-heads or mirror matches that I was a part of, that you should totally go check out on BizSnap's channel. Now, we have Brimstone and Forget-Me-Now. I'm going to reroll these. I would love to take Brimstone, but I did take it in the last run, I think. So we'll reroll them. I'll take the 1 heart deal for the pact. That's a great trade. We'll take the pony. We'll put it back down, up to sundown, see where the bad guys are to be found, and make them lay down. And now I can't not say the rest of the lyrics, I guess. I'm tempted to take the crate, but I'm going to wait for now. And we're going to get another reroll available, and I should be able to reroll the pony, because obviously, you know, I love the ability to fly. It's a great item, but if I can have the spacebar item still confined to the D6, I think that will provide me with more value in the long run. We still have both item rooms left to go. But the crate, you know, it's a passive and it gives me some consumables. I can get use out of that. The pony, if I don't get a reroll out of the pony, I'm just going to leave it on this floor. So as of right now, I think the mathematical best choice for me on this current run is to try to reroll the pony. That was awful damage, by the way. I apologize for that. I'm not sure if it's actually going to work, but if it does work, then I will be pleased with myself for remembering a fact that is actually sort of useful. But again, I'm not sure how that kind of interacts with the XL floorness that we've got going on. So I probably could use the green bomb to just blow this up, but let's save some time. And we really want to get, obviously, I'm going to take the small rock here. That's a damage upgrade, which I will never reroll on purpose. We would love to be able to get to 15 cents as well, to be able to buy Mom's purse, so I could keep this cancer trinket with me into the, well, ad infinitum, I guess, into the late game at the very least, unless I come across a better trinket at some point. So we could take both cancer and the Polaroid with us. As of right now, it's not looking too likely, but if we get, if we come across an arcade, for sure it'll be possible, unless we get an HP upgrade, in which case, you know, relatively fair trade, sort of. At least we're getting something out of it. And if we don't, then it might be iffy. I don't think it's worth re-rolling the shop, though. Mom's purse, not necessarily one of the best items that you can get from this kind of situation that we've got going on here, but it wouldn't be bad. I should also point out that we could pick up the box, the cardboard box, the crate, whatever, and we could possibly get like a nickel out of that. So I'm actually just going to do that. We got a penny and the magician and a pill, and the pill is balls of steel. Okay, so I'm glad I picked it up. And our other one here is High Priestess. Now, Mom's Pearl is also an awesome trinket. We're going to reroll the pony, and it becomes the coat hanger. And honestly, I'm going to go with that. It's a Tears upgrade, possibly a shot speed upgrade, but I don't complain about Tears upgrades as much as I used to. As long as it increases our rate of fire, I am A-okay with that. So we'll now go find our item room corridor here. That was the other thing that factored into my decision, by the way, is that there's you know, still 2 item rooms left for us to go here. I can open both of them, and it would be awesome to have the D6 available for when that happens. Let's see if that actually ends up working out for us. And please tell me we can also get to an extra 6 cents so I can take the Mom's Purse item off of this floor and actually manage to take beyond simply the Polaroid down as a trinket when we get into the late game. So first things first, let's try to find at least one of our item rooms. They might be right next to one another, but they might not be. That was a really good bomb shot from him. I'm doing really nice damage now. It might not appear so yet, but you'll see. I promise you. We'll definitely open up our item room after we finish with this. Even though our D6 will not be readily available, we can just get another charge and then come back. Taking a lot of damage here, but we do have the Miter, so I can replenish that with Spirit Hearts. Liberty Cap is a solid trinket. Guppy's Hairball is an item that, in all likelihood, I will be looking to reroll. I'm not going to go to that room yet, and the reason I'm not going to the room that's closest to get this D6 charge is because it is possible that I'll end up adjacent to the item room. And if I did end up adjacent to the item room, which I didn't, but stick with me here, then I could at least check out that item room and see which item warranted a reroll more. Because if it was a shitty active item, I definitely would have preferred to take Guppy's Hairball and reroll whatever was in the other item room. But as is, we've got some uncertainty now, so I am going to reroll Guppy's Hairball and hopefully pick up something good as a result of that. It's an item that's not necessarily terrible, but I don't use it to its maximal effectiveness. So we have the Game Kid. Obviously, that's kind of what I was worried about. If the other item room has a shitty active item in it, then we have to make a choice, and that choice, in all likelihood, as we just lost a penny there, that sucks, is to leave both of those items, take our D6, and GTFO, go to the next floor. That almost is go to the next floor. No, we get GTOF, go to ensuing floor. Okay, it doesn't really work. Now, we might not even get another D6 charge. We do have a Demon Judgment. What do we have in this item room? Polyphemus. Okay, so this shows up all the fucking time, and I love it. We're not going to re-roll it, of course. We will totally play the bejesus out of Demon Judgment. We're not going to get another re-roll, so we're going to miss out on the Game Kid. In hindsight, would have loved to have taken Guppy's Hairball instead. That's okay, though. If we put this bomb here, Demon Judgment shouldn't explode, but the rock did. And there's no boss trap room for me to go to, so hopefully we just snag a good deal with the devil item as a result of this. If not, well, we have the Spirit Hearts to keep us alive for a little while. Dad Sea Scrolls. Let's see if we get Book of Revelations out of this. It's a shovel. So, I'm going to take the D6, and then might as well just take the shovel path down to the next floor. Although, actually, let's take the D6, we'll go over to this room, and I'll use a bomb to get a key. Not the best payout from Demon Judgment, but, you know, at least we took something out of the rotation. We took Game Kid out of the rotation, too, so I don't need to backtrack. I'm feeling okay about this so far. And, you know, like I said, that floor was either going to be our sundering or it would strengthen us, and we do appear to be a little bit stronger. I will totally open up this item room right away. So, the fact that it's a laser is, of course, a little bit disappointing, but we'll get ready to re-roll that, and the silver lining is that we found our item room right away, so it's a very kind of high-value D6 target for us. Bad news is, being that we are on an XL floor, we have no deal with the devil opportunities, because the mom fight precludes them, unfortunately. But, we will have 2 item rooms and a shop, our final shop, in fact. Hopefully we'll be able to pick up something. It's sad to say, but we are going to lose this cancer trinket as a result of not being able to get enough money to get Mom's purse on the last floor. So be it. I think I tried my best. We picked up another key for the cost of a bomb there, which is fair, and we will re-roll the fuck out of Shoop to Whoop. So far, so good on this run. Polyphemus is fantastic. The Pact is really nice as well. Unicorn Horn. So we're getting all of the middle-tier spacebar items, in my opinion. Unicorn Horn, Game Kid, also Shoop to Whoop. Items that are totally usable if you have no other options, but apart from that, not really that good. And this is in contrast to some items that are borderline terrible, even if you don't have another option. Like, for example, Telepathy for Dummies, I think, is a trash item, whether you have another option or not. Well, obviously, it's more trashy if you have another item. But anyway, Monster Manuel, similar boat. It's like, awesome. I get an attack fly once every 4 rooms. That's so much worse than, like, 12 passive items that do exactly the same thing, but better. So yeah, you know, I don't necessarily dislike those items. I just think D6 gives us better value. And beyond that, it adds a little bit of uncertainty into the run, which makes it a little bit more fun as well. So we'll re-roll this, and it's the Hourglass, another item that I would classify as probably the lower end of that mid-tier suite of spacebar items. Certainly not something that I would feel comfortable getting rid of the D6 for. And I'm just kind of scouting out the entirety of the floor right now. We do have more than enough money to go to the shop, and that almost exclusively means that greed will be waiting us, or waiting for us once we get there. Or awaiting us, I guess you could say that too. But we'll see. We're probably going to use our D6 on the item room again, just because, you know, a bad passive is better than an active that you don't take in every situation. I would rather have a speed upgrade than the second best active item in the game if I already have the best active item in the game. So, Polyphemus thankfully allowing us to do a lot of damage. What I will say is that the fact that we have Polyphemus now means that we are going to feel the sting of losing cancer a little bit less, because I don't just constantly shoot out a stream of tears when I have Polyphemus, for the most part anyway, unless I'm fighting a stationary boss. I try to aim my shots, and that usually means that I spend more time aiming, or enough time aiming, that my rate of fire is not the relevant kind of limiting reagent. The limiting reagent instead is... this is a tough one. My limiting reagent instead is my own kind of aiming speed. We're going to reroll these. Nun's Habit. Glad I did it. So now we can hurt ourselves to get as many rerolls as is necessary. And if we end up getting an item that gives us Spirit Hearts, then this is beautiful, of course, because now we can basically effectively take half damage for the rest of the game. And beyond that, there's lots of scams that we can do with Nun's Habit, essentially. So it's a great item to have, and it was definitely the best part of the reroll there. It's amazing that on the last episode, or maybe 2 episodes ago, the last episode that was uploaded, I guess, which is a few ago, how many people commented after my first reroll, like, produced the same items in the shop, and they're like, Northernlion, you scum, how many times will we have to tell you you can only use the D20 to reroll the shop? And I'm like, what the fuck are you talking about? You are crazy. I don't mind being told mechanics of the game by people who quite clearly understand it a little bit better, but people who are just running entirely on hearsay, I don't even know, internet. That's what I should just tell myself instead of getting even the slightest bit salty about it. That it is just the internet, and that is how the internet is. I was 11 once, and being on the internet and saying, oh, you know, fuck you, Albert Einstein. Anyone could have come up with that. E equals MC squared. How about my dick equals FU? We're going to reroll our... I'm not comparing myself to Albert Einstein, literally, by the way. So I decided to take Robo Baby there. In hindsight, it's kind of a weird decision, but we do have the next item room as well as 2 boss rooms available to us. And I like Robo Baby as an item. It's not going to be a huge boost to us for damage, but I like having it. There were Spirit Hearts available for me to purchase back there. The question is whether or not I really want them. Mostly, I think I was just kind of... If I can go back in time, I probably would have changed my decision and rerolled Robo Baby again, just because the Nun's Habit gives me such reroll potential. But I think I was like, oh, finally, a passive item that isn't super shitty. Well, not super shitty, but yeah, passive item that's actually pretty good. Lard. This is a tough decision. I'm already pretty slow. I think I'm going to reroll it, even though the HP would be awesome. And we'll take the Relic instead, which I think is, I can't necessarily say this with authority, but I think it's more or less an objective benefit over Lard. Especially if we're ever going to shoot for permanent Polaroid invincibility, this is going to let us replenish our health. On the flip side, Lard would have given us some awesome benefits with Guppy's Paw, if that ends up showing up, but that's a big if at this point, because we are... You know what? 1 second. I'm just going to use a bomb to knock this out and onto an area where I can hopefully safely pick it up. Trading a bomb for a key, even in that harrowing situation, is well worth it in my opinion. But yeah, having the Relic and the Miter is going to give us a ton of, you know, Spirit Heart potential, which is awesome. Scales really well into the late game, and it's very unlikely that we have a deal with the devil that would give us Guppy's Paw until Womb Part 1, if we're lucky. So we have some exploration left to do on this floor. My hope is that at some point we come across a judgment and we have enough money to convince him to pay out with a compass. I don't think that's super likely, but if it happened, I would be a very happy man. So this is kind of a frustrating room to deal with unless you can fly. Sadly, we cannot. That's another thing that I would love to rectify at some point. And I am kind of trying to... Oh, that was the worst dodging. I don't even know why I was in there. I am sort of trying to bum rush the boss room, but... It's not a huge deal, because I'll probably end up getting a bunch of rerolls, because I expect that I will take at least 1 hit of damage against Mom. Did you see? Why is... Holy shit. Robo Baby occasionally fires, like, an enormous fucking laser? Since when does that happen? I don't know what is causing that. I like it, but I'm confused. Can we replicate that? Was it just something to do with that room? Or is there something much greater than that on display here? Oh, good. The Spirit Heart is going to be exceptionally valuable. Also, this chest, maybe more Spirit Hearts. Hey, enough money to make a judgment worthwhile in all likelihood. Only really one way to go, and I'm going to keep going through all these rooms, even if I take damage in the process, because the extra consumables outweigh the risk of me taking a bunch of damage, which is pretty unlikely, and the risk of me getting Spirit Hearts, as you can see, is actually pretty high. So I think that's a smart decision. We're certainly not in a 1 game by any stretch of the imagination now at this point, but between the Miter, the Relic, and Polyphemus, not to mention Nun's Habit and the Pact, I feel pretty good. It almost felt comical. It's like, I don't think we're going to win necessarily, but between like 5 or 6 of the top 20 items in the game, I think we got a reasonably good shot. The only real downside is, yes, we have Miter and Relic, but our HP is not stellar. Could be better. We haven't really gotten many HP upgrades over the course of the game. In fact, I think we've only gotten that Eternal Heart that we picked up super early, which is kind of unlikely. You would expect to get more than that, at least. But we're not in a dire strait by any stretch of the imagination yet. Now, the Book of Belial will be fantastic for us, but I have to go with the reroll here. So we're going to reroll, and the reason we're doing this essentially is we can use our library to knock a bunch of items out of the rotation simultaneously. So if there's shitty items, we can eventually get all the books out of the rotation. Once all the books are out of the rotation, then it starts giving us standard items from the game, and eventually, you know, I suppose hypothetically we could just eventually get duplicate items or break the game. Like there's no other items that can spawn. I'll be frank with you, I have no idea how it works, but I know that there is the capability of breaking the game. I think that might also rely on the D20. I don't know. So we do have Robo Baby shooting his weird-ass incredible techno shot here. I have no idea what's causing that. Hopefully someone with a little bit more insight than myself can give some analysis, help me explain what is going on in this topsy-turvy world. Alright, so via Temperance, we can make some terribly amazing things happen here. Probably get an HP upgrade for ourselves, but also get a ton of rerolls on this library. So we'll pop this bad boy down and start doing this. Book of Sin, I think, is terrible, but it might give us something of value. And we should get 2 plays per invincibility, too. It's just really a question if I want to use 2 plays per invincibility, because it does give me an increased chance of getting the blood bag payout before I actually make something of value happen. So that might have guaranteed us a cube of meat, but I also like getting the Spirit Heart from Book of Revelations. And there's the worse things than getting a first level orbital, even at this stage of the game. I'll take the HP upgrade, as well as the speed upgrade, of course, and we'll come back here, reroll the bejesus out of this, even if I have to force myself to take damage. Obviously, a Temperance card would be kind of the ideal way to happen, but I can always just walk into enemies as well if I'm about to get a charge. For example, on this room, I could do it easily, but it's not quite the right interval. Is it worth half a Spirit Heart per reroll? Almost certainly. Now, don't take damage on this room. Oh, and immediately I take damage on this room. Could bomb my way out, I suppose, but I kind of want to save my bombs. We'll walk back into the library here and try to make some good stuff happen. No promises necessarily, but as we come back here, we will reroll. And we've got to be coming close to running out of items in the game. In fact, we are, because we have the Quarter and Little Steven. And Little Steven is not a great item, but I'll cash in on him now. And we'll definitely come back and reroll the Quarter, because the money is very unlikely to be useful for me. And of course, we do want to save rerolls for the possibility of shitty items showing up on the boss rooms. But I'm happy with the way that I'm handling this as well. So if this is the... I was going to say, if this is adjacent to the boss room, I'll probably deliberately take some damage. I ended up inadvertently taking more damage than I should have there, which is fine. We'll come back and we'll reroll the Quarter again, which I do not really want to show up. Little Steven, it might have been worthwhile to keep Little Steven in there as another reroll target, but I'm okay with it. I'm going to get the D20, which should be interesting. What we can do at the very least is come back in here and... Do we lose the High Priestess card? Or is this it right here? This is okay, so we're just going to reroll the Hermit card, basically. And that's going to give us a Spirit Heart. That was an awesome trade. And taking the D20, if we had the Temperance card still, would have been hilarious. But we're going to stick with the D6 for now. And we'll make our way onwards. I'm assuming at this point we're coming kind of to the end of our rope with respect to rerolls. But we realize that if there is a library that appears on later floors, we are going to get probably stupid amounts of value out of it via Nun's Habit, D6, and an amazing kind of ability to take items out of the rotation that we don't like once every 2 rooms. Anyway, we're just probably going to fight our bosses right away. So the D20, it was fine. Let's go fight this boss. If we take damage, we may actually choose to go back and get another reroll on the library. But we're on, at the very least, we're on our second to last one. So I'm very glad I took Robo Baby, if only for this fight. We got to remember that we're taking the Polaroid after this, and thus we'll be losing our Cancer Trinket. But Robo Baby can shoot this dude through his skull. Oh my god. Which is... Hey, you know what? Fuck it. High Priestess. Thank you very much. This is Coin Purse. We're gonna take it. Fuck the rerolls. Oh, shit. Please be good. Oh, 3 tiers upgrades. I love it. Would not have rerolled that for sure if I knew what was in it. And teleported me way away. That's fine. Those tiers upgrades are very much gonna help compensate for losing Cancer. We will use a reroll on the library, and I'm doing so because A, I think it's going to give us a better item than we'd get on a reroll on the mom fight, and B, we'll probably get hit twice in the mom fight anyway, and we'll get a reroll. Once wouldn't do it. No, I wouldn't. Unless I hit myself before I went in, but that's not worth it. Now, there is a Spirit Heart in here. I'm kind of thinking I might as well just buy it. And in fact, I probably might as well buy the key as well. Now I'm a little concerned, but whatever. I definitely did not need to buy that red heart. That was an accident. I just walked into it because I wasn't paying attention. So a little bit of one-handed Isaac play here. You and I both know what that means. Other hand is one hand in my pocket. The other one's making a peace sign or playing a piano or something. I don't know. You talk to Atlantis. I didn't write the song. And up here we have quad shot. Quad shot Polyphemus. It works. So I'll definitely take it. I think this has worked out pretty nicely for us. We are firing insanely quickly. I think we still get the huge damage bonus from Polyphemus. We seem to be firing faster, actually. There's always a chance that was the wrong decision, but I don't think it was. I think that was the right decision. So we're in a very good state now. Quad shot, Polyphemus, the Pact, and of course all the other items that I've mentioned. We're doing a lot of damage. That was the right decision. We are absolutely tearing up Mom here. And probably some of the most high damage non-Mom's knife runs I've ever seen, or run I've ever seen. So we lose Cancer. Unfortunate. We take the Polaroid, and we head down to the next floor, feeling pretty good about our chances moving forwards. Utero. Yep, that is excellent. And we will be looking for a library, but in all honesty, if we're going to win guaranteed, I am going to try to bum rush the boss a little bit. Having the Miter and the Relic does mean I'm going to be very hard to kill unless I start taking a ton of damage right away. We'll see. Probably going to take damage here. Oh, man. Managed to avoid it at least briefly. And good, good, good. And I'm going to assume that it's down here. This is all just me going on my gut. I can't fly, so that'll work. We've gotten so many Spirit Hearts in this floor already. Wow, that was conveniently exactly the right direction to go. Now, let's play it cool here. This could be one of the best Utero floors I've ever had. We're going to be going up against Death, which means we will snag a first level cube of meat. Not that that provides too much benefit to us beyond what we already have going for us in this run. But Death is already dead. We can't reroll the cube of meat to anything of value. So we might as well just roll with it. We do have a deal with the devil, though. Let's see what we get in there. It's Krampus. I think I'm going to stick with Lump of Coal. Although it could be really, really funny to just reroll the fuck out of Lump of Coal and continually hurt myself to get more rerolls. But I'm not going to do it. Instead, I'm just going to stick with Lump of Coal. You know, never look a gift horse in the mouth. It's a good item, and I'm happy to have it. And it's a passive, which is nice. And it's not Mom's Knife, which would make a lot of people very angry if I picked it up at this point. But rest assured that I will if I get the opportunity to do so. Just to see how much damage we're doing. It'll be a stupid amount. It'll be really dumb. In a very, very positive way, in my opinion. So, more Spirit Hearts. It's amazing how this kind of snowballed out of control so quickly. Am I going to go to the Curse Room? Of course I'm going to go to the Curse Room. It's going to cost me 2 Spirit Hearts, which is a pittance at this point. We have teleported to the Shoal Room, which is probably not the right way for me to go. I think this is a run where I have a very, very realistic chance of trouncing the fuck out of Blue Baby and Isaac, so I do not want to just throw that away. We'll make our way over this way because it was convenient, essentially, and we should be able to crush these guys very, very quickly. And in fact, the more space they open up, the easier my life is going to become. Really can't believe that neither of them have died, actually. That guy should be completely dead. Oh, I didn't realize I was closed off there. Okay, one's dead, second one soon to follow. Maybe I'll snag some more bombs out of this. I could use maybe 2 or 3 more bombs for the Mom's Heart boss fight. There's 2 right there. Ask and ye shall receive sometimes. Now that is a very good metric for how much damage we're doing. We were able to kill one of the higher damage or higher HP enemies in the game very, very quickly. And you may be noticing as well, with a smile on your face, that we have the library in front of us. And since we've already knocked so many items out of the rotation, I expect some very good things to exist in here. Kamikaze, Luckfoot, we're going to reroll both of them, but first we'll take Kamikaze out. Luckfoot is a passive, but I'll take it out here. We get an HP upgrade and Mini Mush. And you know what? I'm going to get ready to reroll those too, as good as both of those are. And they are both pretty good. In fact, if I'm going to take one, I would probably take Mini Mush in all honesty, just because the speed might be sort of valuable for me in this case. Because I'm kind of slow right now, even though I didn't take Lard. This should do it. I'm going to reroll them just because it could be better. So we're up to 8 keys now, which is nice. Far more than enough than we need to go to the chest. Maybe encountering a dead end over here. And now I'm seeing why this, like, Nuns Have a D6 library combo is so good. That is another Balls of Steel? Telepills. Interesting. Don't necessarily want to use that straight away. What about this one? 2 of Diamonds. Yeah, sure. In fact, I don't even think I want to take telepills with me. That can cause more problems than I'm comfortable with. Let us go reroll the library down here. We have a lot of potential backtracking in front of us. In fact, I'm probably going to go with Mini Mush. I hate to do it, but I'm going to take it because the speed would be nice. And we'll reroll that, and we'll get the Rosary. You know what, I'll take the Rosary. Don't get me wrong, I think there are better choices than the Rosary, for sure. In fact, the HP upgrade, probably better than the Rosary, although it's unlikely we're going to come across too many Bible spawns anyway. But I was like, do I really want to backtrack for 100 years and do it in the hopes of getting an item that people will be mad at me for taking anyway? Nah, not really. This is fine. I'll, if I get more reroll opportunities, and I will, we'll definitely take the game up on that. But for now, it's not altogether that essential. Eventually, we might be at the point where we have basically every item in the game. Kind of thing I should have gone with Luckfoot as well, but I don't really know how that would have impacted my run once we got a little bit further into the game. We already get items from every slot machine on the chest, so I don't think there's any point in necessarily augmenting that any further in our favor. And I'm generating so many goddamn Spirit Hearts that I seriously just, like, cannot lose as much health as I'm gaining, which is great, and I am spoiled, and I love it. So, boss fight is ready. This should be crazy easy. I took damage against technology, or sorry, well, not technology, turret, kind of because I chose to in some respects. As you can see, even though we have a lump of coal, when we stand right next to Mom's Heart, we are doing a crazy, dumb amount of damage. Keep this up. This bomb is going to take out the zombies. We don't have any crowd control. That's the dangerous part of our run right now, but it doesn't matter. This is already over. And the further away I stand, when I stand far away, every single hit does a staggering amount of damage. I got hit like 3 or 4 times in that fight. Sorry, I'm not sorry. We're going to come down and, there is the potential for a library on this floor as well. I'm getting a little bit cocky, and that is adversely affecting my run, but I'm generating a ton of Spirit Hearts, so I don't feel too bad about it yet. What items would I love at this point? Mom's Knife would be crazy silly with the amount of damage we'd start doing. I suppose, like, triple shot, if that works synergistically with quad shot, that would be funny. Any damage upgrades by the way of, like, Max's head, or the pentagram, or the mark, or anything like that would be awesome as well. Whore of Babylon plus Guppy's Paw. We can make some funny things happen. Money equals power. Basically, you should be encountering a common thread, which is any kind of damage upgrade I would be very interested in making good use of. Alright, very easy fight against Blue Famine there, who is the hardest Famine, but, even if you're not having a good run, at this point, if you can't beat Blue Famine in the Cathedral, you've got a hard life ahead of you. So, Sloth, obviously, going through some hard times here. Now I'm very thankful I picked up that range upgrade on the first floor. High Priestess, pretty good. Bombs are key. Yeah, whatever. Doesn't really make a huge difference at this point, but I'll take it just to simplify the map. And we will open this golden chest. Tons of reroll potential if it's an item. It's not. That's fine. We got some more bombs out of it anyway. And some more money, which is likely to never be useful. Now that we have one orbital, I expect to take a little less damage against Isaac, but I also expect the fight to be over pretty damn quickly. And we'll finally be able to start using our D6 kind of reliably again pretty soon, because we will be getting, at the very least, 4 items in the chest. 4 items means 4 potential reroll pedestals, like every 2 rooms, because I expect to get hit a lot on the chest, which is honestly not that scary, because, again, Spirit Heart's going crazy here. So this is a big floor, of course, but pretty soon we'll be done with it, and we'll be able to move on. And I really don't expect, at this point, anything to be able to stop me. Exceptions being if I hit, like, 4 or 5 of the hardest rooms in the game in a row, like 12 times. So we've got an interesting thing going on with Temperance here. I think we take Temperance down to the next floor, and then we use this to A, try to give us permanent Polaroid invincibility, B, serve as a convenient way to damage ourselves in order to get extra rerolls, and C, maybe it'll give us an HP plus speed upgrade as well. But I definitely think that we save it for the next floor. I also think if we just blow up the blood bank on... That was dumb. If we blow up the blood bank after we're done with it on the next floor, don't we get a free item out of it? Maybe, maybe not. So, Steam Sale. That's a reroll and a half right there. 10 extra bombs. There's no active effect, so I can't pick that up and reroll it. It would just be permanently picking it up, which is not necessarily the best course of action, in my opinion. So we'll just keep this up. There'll be a Spirit Heart drop here. This is a test of our power as well. We killed them without getting hit at all and generated 2 Spirit Hearts from the room. Nuts! One more room and we will get our D6 charge, which is perfect timing because we will then be able to fight the boss. So no matter what the next item is, we'll probably take it. I didn't even see the Angel Fetus there. Yeah, so no matter what the 10 bomb item is, as long as it's a passive item, we'll definitely end up taking it. And this time it is going to be range upgrade. That's fine. It's not the greatest upgrade. Obviously, it wasn't exactly what I was hoping for, but synergizes nicely with Lump of Coal, and we can fire at enemies from all the way across the map now if we couldn't before. And this is over. We've won, essentially. I don't want to get too cocky, but it's only going to get easier for us from here, even though the chest obviously gets harder. It's also going to be harder for enemies to kill us, because we're going to have so much reroll potential starting on the next floor. So I am tanking these shots, and I'm not doing it because I'm confident. I'm doing it because I'm lazy. And there's a notable distinction there, a noteworthy distinction at least. And let's go down to the chest and start breaking the game just a little bit here. So first things first, Spider Butt, Coin Bag, Odd Mushroom, and the Shears. We'll reroll all of them. Halo of Flies, I'll take. I'm not going to take Guardian Angel, and the reason for that is, you know, it's nice, but we already have a full suite of orbitals. So why don't we reroll all these? Lemon Mishap, Scapular, Bomb Bag. We will do... paid out. God damn it. Well, we still have 3 pedestals here that we can reroll. So I'm happy to have a full suite of orbitals. One of the few remaining items in the game that would really make a really meaningful difference, I think, to our run. This does mean I'll probably get hit substantially less on the Blue Baby boss fight than I did on the Isaac boss fight, which has me feeling pretty confident. I'm sorry that the blood bank paid out so quickly. I was looking forward to potentially, eventually, cheesing my way to a bunch of damage upgrades, but no such luck apparently. We have another pill. Do we know what it is? No. Let's take it. Oh, Tears down. That takes away 1/3 of all those Tears upgrades we got a few floors ago. Tarot cards, 10 bombs, Dead Bird. Tarot card is the Emperor. Takes us directly to the boss. Where's the fun in that? Might as well take the Dead Bird as well. Just take it out of the rotation, I guess. Turn us into a powerful amalgam of all the characters in the game. Okay, the Widow died very quickly. Or the Wretched, the Wicked, the Wretched. I can't even remember. Pretty soon, we should be able to get another reroll. Although I'm not taking damage, which is kind of surprising to me. And this run's going on longer than it needs to, but that's because I am enjoying the shit out of this. You know, this is the fun of playing as Isaac for sure. We'll be able to come back here and reroll again, and this time, Sacrificial Dagger, Toothpicks. Not totally necessary. I don't want to get rid of the reroll pedestals is the problem. I can't just bomb my way out of this room, can I? Sadly, no. Hopefully I can kill them pretty quickly. They do seem to have lower HP than most enemies. It's frustrating because I don't have any kind of piercing shot. In fact, that would be one of the other items that I would actually love to get right now, is the Cupid's Arrow for piercing shots. It's underrated, I think. It's not underrated, it's just not talked about that much because it doesn't seem to show up that much anymore. For me, at least, and, you know, you can go back and verify that in the episodes if you're interested. Let's go back up here and we'll reroll these 2 items that I didn't consider that valuable. And Magnet Mom's Bra. Mom's Bra, honestly, is the ideal choice for this boss fight. Magnet I'm not taking because it's unnecessary at this point. But if I was going for just like what's the min-max best way to kill Blue Baby, definitely we would go with Mom's Bra over the D6, which provides us no tangible benefit on the fight. And maybe we will use the Mom's Bra on the actual boss fight, but it's not going to make an enormous difference. If I start seeing my Spirit Hearts, I might change my mind, but as of right now, of course, I'm feeling extravagantly confident. We will reroll again, and we've got to be getting close to the bottom of the pool at this point. I don't know. Poison Touch, obviously great, as well as the Bean. We can at least pick up the Bean and take it out of the rotation. I'm looking for damage upgrades. Poison Touch doesn't do that much for me. I want to be able to kill Blue Baby as fast as possible. In order for that to happen, I need you to hook me up with like a Max's Head or something like that. Alright, that was not the ideal way not the ideal course of action, I should say, for this fight. We did find the secret room, though. I wonder if we'll be able to get an item out of that somehow. Oop, careful. One of the Monstros is dead. The other one probably fairly soon to follow, although I will admit that sometimes the health bars do get jacked up a little bit. Alright, Super Greed. Could potentially snag an item out of him, but let's reroll these 2 first. Attack Fly. Sure, we'll take Attack Fly. And we'll just keep moving onwards here, really. That's a dead end. We've got to be getting close to a dead end at this point. You know what? I'm just going to Emperor card and we'll go fight Blue Baby. The charade has gone on long enough. We'll stand roughly in the radius of Attack Fly. even though that's not likely to make a huge difference. And I'm very pleased with this run. I'd say this is one of the most fun runs I've had as Isaac, simply because of obviously the great items that we got, but also our ability to consistently reroll over and over and over as a result of the Nuns Habit D6 combo. Miter and Relic kept us alive, so we were never in danger at all. But as always, thanks for watching. I hope that you guys enjoyed the episode. If you did, make sure to subscribe to see more Daily Isaac. There's a link conveniently in the video description below for you to click that if you're interested. As always, like the video if you enjoyed it. It's the only way I can get sexually aroused anymore, so I'm sure I appreciate it at the very least. And, of course, leave a comment letting me know what you civilly liked or civilly and constructively did not like about the episode. And I, of course, read the polite ones, and they bring a joy to my heart. But as always, thanks for watching. I hope you enjoyed this episode, and I'll see you next time.